fall of 2021 had so much good anime to it, it was almost impossible to watch all of them. Like, literally, we had some bad ones, but most of them were extremely good, under the radar, or just okay. But very small of them were bad. Now, where I'm going with this is a certain anime called Build Divide. Now, why did I get into Build Divide? Code Black. Now, as you know, I made a must watch of We Cross, an anime based off a card game that had four amazing seasons. Two were dubbed, and the remaining two weren't. I don't know why. I wish they kind of dubbed it, but they didn't. Only because the dubs were done right with the series, the first two seasons, anyways. And I became addicted. I love We Cross, that dark card game where no matter what you do, you kind of find yourself in a screwed situation. Whether it's you losing a dream, you losing yourself, memories, your wish, anything could come with a price and consequence within We Cross. Then when I heard a season 5 was coming out, I was extremely excited. I'm like, oh boy, season 5, what was it going to be about? And the entire thing was a giant disappointment. We Cross Diva Life was just idols. Girls turn to personas and they fight in teams of 3. After the first 2 episodes, I quit. I couldn't stand it. It was a disappointment. I was down in the dumps. I was just shocked. I'm like, how could you do this to me? We Cross. We had so much. We went through so much, and you do this to me. I enjoyed We Cross, and for season 5 to be such a disappointment, a lot of people turned off from it. It was a bad turn, a bad idea of We Cross that they decided to do. A lot of people were fans of the anime, stopped watching it during season 5 because how terrible season 5 was. So, sometime later, in the fall of 2021, an anime called Build Divide came out. Not a lot of people were watching it, but those who were fans of We Cross somehow, like myself, came drawn to it. It's not as good as We Cross, but boy did it really fill that itch. We missed that dark card game, we all like to have. And it has its own lore and characters and interesting spin on it. It starts off with a dude named Teruto, who wakes up in the middle of the night not knowing anything of who he is, but all he knows is that he has to defeat the king in this card game called Build Divide. He teams up with a girl who wants to help him get there, but he can defeat the king, but all she wants is the wish. As time later on, they go make some friends, and they go like each other, build up, make friends, friendship, character development, whatnot. But what makes this show so good is, first of all, the openings and outros. I'm not really a big fan of K-pop. I'm not. Most of it sounds the same. But for some reason, a lot of people say that it reminds them of K-pop. I remember playing the opening song, which is amazing, by the EQS as part of the song, called Bang. And the song was so amazing. But my sister, she listened to it, she thought it was K-pop. But it wasn't K-pop. And the outro itself was good. Not as good as the intro, but it was good nonetheless. So I enjoy the anime. The anime has its own interesting, mysterious world building, where for some reason it wasn't just kids playing Build Divide, but everyone was involved in Build Divide. It was almost as if it was part of their economic system. People were talking about how they wanted to advance above Build Divide and like what's going on in this world. And the more you watch the series, the more you're interested, like how this world exists. Like it's a very, very small world where there were like nothing exists outside beyond the sea of this world. And for some reason, wherever they go, they can do Build Divide. Like they can just be walking one day and just summon their monster. Just summon their monster right from their card, which is very interesting without any device that's around the place. Maybe they're set up somewhere, who knows? But either way, they have these chips. And they get enough chips, they're allowed the right to fight the king. And Teruto, the main character, with no memory at all, who wishes only to defeat the king is his main goal. The only thing besides that is that he likes to eat bread and he lives by the river inside of a tent, so he's homeless. So he doesn't know where he came from. So this dude is just pretty much all he eats all day is bread and fish, like in the Bible times. and he learns to open up to people more and more, that kind of stuff. And he's not a bad character. He's an okay character, but nonetheless, I do enjoy him. He wears this very interesting bunny hoodie, where every time he gets serious, he slowly puts on the hoodie. Like, you see how serious he gets each part of the hoodie he puts on. First, he puts on over the cloak, which shows the ears, and he puts on the strap, which shows this very sick, cool Joker smile with a bunny, a black bunny. So I'm guessing why that's why they call it Code Black. Who the king is, they do tell you who the king is very early within the series because that's not the important part. The important part is why they are the king and what's going on between Teruto and the king and the history behind them. That's the main important thing of the series. So we get to see Teruto, he does his awesome gothic-like monsters, especially his favorite one named Bloom in this gambling casino he does. It's just amazing. I love some of the creatures. I do not understand the card game at all. I do not. Usually when I'm watching these card game animes, I at least understand the rules, But with this one, I don't. I really don't understand them at all. They seem confusing as hell, but I am entertained by it nonetheless. Like, you'll see a monster die and they come back and they die again and come back. I'm like, what's going on here? Then you have these, each side having their own setting, and I guess who's ever winning, I guess they own the zone like they do in Duel Masters. I'm like, okay. Well, anyways, the season ends off with a giant cliffhanger where it will lead into a promised season 2 that comes out in spring called Build Divide Code White, which where in Code Black it was the main character wearing his Black Bunny outfit, where it seems like in season 2, which is called Code White, is the disciple wearing their white bunny their white bunny hoodie and stuff. And by the way, I want that bunny hoodie. I really do. I would cosplay the crap out. It would be hard. Just get a nice student uniform and then put the hoodie over it. Easy as hell, but it looks cool nonetheless. So I guess it's one of those things where some simplicity is the best sometimes. Though, yes, Code Black Build Divide definitely was a very overlooked anime, and I see why not a lot of people are really into card games, and reasonable. But if you're there for the characters and the story, the nice designs, and the music, it has excellent music, by the way. You can also fall in love with that as well. The characters is what really drives the story, and besides the mystery. Of course, Teruto being a guy who's very straightforward, who learns to open up with other people, and he learns to, have friends. Then you have his disciple, who plays as a comic relief character, but she isn't annoying, nor is she useless. Usually in these kind of card games, you have that comic relief character sidekick who's completely useless, and they just bring positivity, but she can handle her own in the fights, nonetheless. She does prep up the team and encourage them to do their best. So she has her purpose. She isn't useless. So there's the character I don't like in the series. Some I don't know much about because I guess season 2 will spread more to their development. But you even like some parts of the antagonists, the king themselves, as they act, as they're obsessed with Teruto, and you'll see why they are. It's very nice to watch as you further go into the downward spiral that is their backstories. So anyways, I recommend you guys watch Build Divide. If you're fans of Recross, Yu-Gi-Oh!, card fight animes, Beyblade, even stuff like that, go watch Build Divide. Season 2 will be coming out in spring, so there you go. So I recommend this anime for those who were disappointed in Recross, because I was disappointed in Recross Season 5. It still hurts me to this day. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you give Build Divide a chance. It's definitely a must-watch for card anime fans. So if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrown on Anime, signing out.